everybody, Ray here again, and in this segment I thought we would try something new and see how it works. Section called the Workbench, and thought this would be a good opportunity to kind of look at different types of work that we do on our amplifiers, on our pedals, our gear, and of course our guitars. So I happen to be friends with a luthier who has been very kind in teaching me over the years. So perhaps there's some of the things that he has learned that he could, that he has taught me that I can share with you. So we'll work on all sorts. We've got all sorts of different types of stuff we can work on. This is the bench here. And I thought it might be also a good place to have conversations. And the topic that I'd like to talk to you about is Gibson and the hatred of Gibson that we are seeing across the internet. And I, being a big Gibson and Marshall fan, they've gone together for years, and I've played guitar probably somewhere in the area of 30 plus years now, playing Gibsons and Marshalls. I have a soft spot in my heart for Gibson guitars, and I have several now. I have multiple Gibsons ranging traditionals and standards and SGs and Explorers and Vs, and have had many through the years. And one thing that has been pretty consistent throughout the years is the quality. I understand and I hear you when it comes to the recent quality and the changing of the guard with the CEO and of Gibson Guitars. I know there's no love lost there. And one of the things I wanted to talk about is I think it's kind of multiple things going on right now. What you're finding some quality issues, of course, that are coming through quality control. We'll talk about that in a second. But I think there's another issue is that there's a very big bandwagon right now, and I think a lot of people are getting a running start and jumping on it. People who either do own Gibson guitars and have general issues with them, and then I think there are people who don't and just are kind of bashing Gibson. Rightfully so, with some of the recent promotions that have come out, especially for 2017, with the ad that came out with the blemish. And of course that lovely 2015 year with the funny signature and the bad auto tuners. I will agree, not the best year. But I will say, if you were to line up the different products, all the different guitars that they put out, and you were to look for the ones that have issues, I would have to say that we're probably hearing from the far and few between versus the ones that are actually happy customers. Of course, bad news travels much faster than good news. In addition, I think when we talk about, so there's that kind of piece there. I've seen so much stuff on the internet and on the forum that I'm a moderator on. We have lots of discussions about this very thing, and you have some people that are pro, some people that are con for Gibson guitar in the direction. I think people love a good discussion, and I think people generally will, like I said before, jump on a bandwagon. They see smoke, and where there's smoke. I don't know. I can't say. I don't work at Gibson. I can't say for sure, what the issues are. But I will say, after doing a little bit of research, even if you just go out to Glassdoor and you look around and just type in Gibson, you'll see some of the issues. Been in business for many years, and being in business, I've seen issues within. Well, I've seen where problems come from, and I think there's a big issue, of course, with Henry, and not just with Henry. I think it goes deeper than that too. Just take a visit out to Glassdoor, and you'll see what I mean. Glassdoor, of course, is a site where people who have worked for different companies post their experiences there. And of course, you have to take everything with a grain of salt. You have to, just because it's posted doesn't mean it's true. God knows that's the truth, especially in this day and age. But if you look at some of the people, it can't all be, wrong or exaggerated. I think people have a genuine beef, and I think that there's some serious issues. And it seemed to come not only from Henry, but it comes within the management and the different levels there. And if you read some of the posts, it's not people who are kind of unhappy. It's people that were disgusted, people that were really unhappy and treated poorly. I think that is the I think we see a big issue there. I think when we talk about the problems with quality control, we're talking about at the heart of the situation. And I think what you're getting is probably what's happening there. If you're not believing in your leaders, you're not believing in your organization, then stuff starts to fall downhill from there. I think one of the other issues that we're finding here, if we're talking about quality issues coming out of an organization, some of the other numbers that we found out on Gibson employees. Now, of course, take everything with a grain of salt. You can't, again, believe everything that you read on the internet. But if these numbers are accurate, the average employee basically makes 18% lower than the national average. Some other numbers that had come out, again, with a grain of salt, only 29% of Gibson employees, from what was recorded, support the current CEO. So if you don't believe in leadership, I don't think you're going to be passionate is the point. And I think what you're going to find is an organization, a group of people, all the way from top to mid-management, all the way down to the workers, who just don't have the passion. And I think that's what we're finding. I don't think we're seeing it on every single guitar that comes out of there, but I think where there are the issues, I think that might have a lot to do with it. I think another area also where there is one of the problems, I think, is if you're buying direct and you're getting your guitar in from Gibson, you're missing, and it's not really a pro or con for, I'm just stating that, you take your Sam Ash, you take your Sweetwaters, your Guitar Centers, all the places, the basic distributors of products, of guitars, amps, gear. And I think what you get is you have this system of checks and balances that are supposed to be put in place. If something isn't caught at the factory, it should be caught at these distribution centers, at the guitar centers, at the Sam Ashes. They should be able to catch that. Again, is somebody who works at a guitar center who's making X amount of money and who really may not have the heart or the passion really put the time in to make sure that something's taken care of. So what it gets down to is, I don't have the answer. I'm just an idiot over here babbling my thoughts, just like any other person in the world. Is Gibson in trouble? Some say they are. Some people think that they're doing just fine. I love my Gibson guitars, and I have no problems with them. And if there is something I do have a problem with, I get it taken care of like I would with any other guitar. I don't think quality control is going to be an isolated situation with just Gibson guitars. Somebody once said something that I thought was kind of funny. You have dings and scratches on a Fender, and it's called relic. Dings and scratches on a Gibson, and they're going under. So, I'm saying that with a little cheek and tongue, but, we have to be realistic about what a couple of, isolated or even a certain number of issues with quality control really means for a company. So time will tell. I don't have the answers, just would love to chat and enjoy talking about guitars and gears and all that kind of stuff. And again, on the forum that I work with. So let me know your thoughts. Do you agree? Do you think they're on the way down? I've read a lot of different opinions on it, but I would love to know what you think. So again, I'm no expert. I don't have all the answers. I love the guitars, but then again, maybe if I received one that was in pretty shoddy shape, I'd feel differently. So I guess I got to keep that in mind too. So thank you. Please let me know what you think. Leave a comment. If you like, subscribe. We'll keep going on with many more videos. We'll be talking about working on guitars. We've got some different things that we want to do on these in terms of doing setups. Again, I love all kinds of music, but I love metal, and I love doing setups on guitars to set them up for metal. And we'll talk more about how we do that here in a little bit. And got some new amps in, which I am very happy about, so we'll be talking about those real soon too. So thanks again. Let me know what you think, and I will talk to you soon.